Cigar Company is your one-stop shop for all your cigar needs. Whether that's a brand new humidor, a box of those new cigars you've been waiting for, a top-of-the-line cutter or lighter, a place to enjoy the finest cigars and spirits with friends, or the only cigars grown right here in the Sunshine State, we've got you covered. Come visit one of our retail locations for the ultimate cigar experience. Visit us online at coronacigar.com.
How about that cigar?
How about that cigar?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Corona Cigar Studios for episode 236 of How About That Cigar Live. Thank you so much for watching live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all of the places.
All of them.
Thank you so much.
And whatever else is coming out next week will be on that too.
Yeah, whatever other new social media platform is out. There, please. Just smash that. Click on all the buttons, all the bells, all the things. And if you're listening after the fact on the audio podcast, thank you so much for listening to How About That Cigar when you drive down the road, when you work out, whatever it is you do, when you listen to your favorite audio podcasts. Thanks for making us a part of it. Take just a minute, if you would, please. Share us out to your favorite Facebook cigar groups. Let everybody know we're live so you can join us in the comments. And speaking of the comments, join us in there. Let us know what you're smoking. Let us know what you're drinking tonight, as we have a fantastic special guest coming up in just a few minutes.
Also, just a friendly reminder, if you are on Instagram, we cannot see those comments, so please switch over to either YouTube or Facebook.
Correct.
Thank you.
And if you just want to watch and listen,
Instagram's we love that too.
Fine. But if you want to share in the conversation, come over to Facebook or YouTube, and then we'll be able to see what you have to say.
Yeah. I think we should get Jesse because he's looking so fly tonight.
Most definitely.
Jesse, you want to come join us?
And I love the fact that
maybe
we can see.
Look at that.
He's wearing a gray hoodie. We can see
how big his beard is.
The majesty of the beard. I mean,
no hat.
No hat.
He changed the shit up.
Is there anything hiding in the beard tonight?
Not yet. I just had to get ready because I got like a big work thing tomorrow. So, manager meeting,
gotta be
kind
prepared.
Of stuff. I got to look.
Yeah. Plus, you got a long drive, bro.
2 hours.
Eau
Claire, Wisconsin.
Not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's not that bad. But it's
5 a.m. will be here soon enough, right?
It's worse than your average drive to work, though.
Right.
It's one cigar.
It's
one good cigar.
It'll be two.
Two cigars. Yeah. Drive slow.
Yeah.
2 cigars.
You know how long it takes me to smoke one cigar? That's one cigar for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, look at Palmer, my favorite homeless man.
Palmer!
Yes!
BDP in the comments. Love you, brother. We got Jesus, our brother from the Minnesota Herf Connection and Cigar Smokers Minnesota and Ashhole Club and all of the Minnesota cigar groups. Jesus in the house. Thanks for joining us in the studio tonight, brother. Great to have you here as always.
Classing this place up, getting a couple Latinos in here. You know what I'm saying, man? Raza's in the house.
That was good. All right. So real quick, sports wise, the Twins are looking pretty decent in spring training. But I mean, it's early spring training. How are
my Yankees?
Is there another team?
My Yankees are my Yankees are looking just as good as the Twins. So it's all good. And I had to reach out to Hector.
Yeah.
Make sure our bet was on again.
Is it on?
Oh, it's on.
Yeah. I think Mets are going to be on a little bit of the upswing this year, but I don't know if they're going to be where Hector wants them to be. I think they will be better than last year, though.
Yeah.
I think Twins will be better than last year. I hope.
I hope the Yankees are better than last year.
But the Twins dropped a lot of people and they picked up not so many. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
So since this is a hockey state, let's talk about our Wild.
Last night, there was a come from behind victory by the Minnesota Wild. And it was come from behind twice. They were down 2-0 and they tied it up 2-2. Then they were down 3-2 and the game ends at 4-3 Minnesota. And Kaprizov had his third hat trick of the season. Kaprizov's playing out of his mind. If the rest of the team would just kind of catch up and come alongside him. But Timberwolves unfortunately fell to second place, but they're still in a great spot for the playoffs. It's only March 4th, so there's plenty of time still. So the Timberwolves are still looking pretty good. Plus, going back to hockey. The Frozen Four. The playoffs for college hockey are starting soon.
And the actual Frozen Four is in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's right. It's at the St. Paul, at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul in mid-April.
Yep. And just for shits and giggles, we looked at how much pricing is.
We will not be going to any of the Pro Sport games
unless we hit the lottery in the next couple.
So the cheapest seats are $190, and that's without taxes and fees through Ticketmaster. So you're probably looking.
I got you guys. Don't worry about it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I got it.
You're probably looking at $225 for one seat.
Thanks, Papadopoulos.
So probably not going to see any of those games live, but it'll be exciting.
Can I address one thing,
please?
You two haters right there, Tony and John. You know what to do.
People bad-mouthing the Yankees. Haters. Yeah.
Haters because they ain't us.
I mean, you got 27 championships.
27.
You don't have to.
It's been 100 years.
You don't have to. No, it's been 30. No, it's been 20 years since the Yankees.
It's been 100 years in the process.
Well, yeah, but has it been 20 years since the Yankees won a World Series?
Yes.
I think he lost track a long time ago.
No, it's might have been 22.
Honestly, though, out of all the history of baseball, the fact that you've won 27 championships, a 20-year dry spell is not terrible. Because when you look at the dry spell the Cubs had and the dry spell that the Red Sox had, and the dry spell that the Twins have had. The Twins are 33 years now since the Twins have won a championship.
I think the last time the Yankees won was the last time the Dallas Cowboys won a championship.
I think you're right. And I know you're not a Cowboys fan.
They just keep hating on you, man.
I know. They're just mad. Their pants are short.
All right, let's get into the Spirit of Mystery. Spirit of Mystery brought to you by Postania Cigars. Do you find yourself unsatisfied with the top 10 list from How About That Cigar? Are you wondering how cigars from Postania didn't make the HBTC list, but found their way onto other lists? Fortunately, you can be reminded every week with this Postania Cigars advertisement. Postania Cigars, the #1 unranked cigar in the industry. So, Raul, if you would please remind us that we're starting a new month. So this month
is Japanese whiskey.
Japanese whiskey month. So this is what I have in the glass. And it's got a nice color to it. It's super, super bright and clear. Seems to have good legs in the glass. The aroma is very, there's some citrusy notes. I smell some oak. I smell some vanilla. So I'm going to take a little taste.
This is a 12-year-old 86 proof Japanese whiskey.
Very nice. It's really bright on the palate, like more of that kind of citrusy note to it. Really bright on the palate and super smooth. Not high proof as far as I can tell. 86. Okay, yeah. So I'm liking it so far. So we'll check back in again later in the show to get a reveal of what the Spirit of Mystery is. But it's time to get our special guest on the show.
Well, let's get her on.
All right. And special guests always brought to us by our friends at Drew Estate. And the latest Freestyle Live event packs are here. Each pack has an MSRP of only $40 and contains 3 mystery premium cigars, a sleek Freestyle Live torch lighter, a cigar cutter, and a Freestyle Live leather strap keychain. In addition to these premium items, each event pack includes a Freestyle Live badge equipped with a unique QR code that allows purchasers to enter a sweepstakes for a chance to win extraordinary prizes. The grand prize is a luxury custom pool table valued at $11,500, a laptop valued at $4,600, plus 10 lucky entrants will win a custom Subculture Studios ashtray valued at $150 each. The big reveal of the Freestyle Live Mystery Cigar will be a live event on March 14th. For more information, please visit drewestate.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
10 days.
If you would please put your hands together and help us welcome back to the show, this time episode 236 from Big Ashes Cigars and Big Ashes Barbecue. Ashley, welcome back to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It is wonderful to see you.
Are my AirPods? Okay, there.
All this is
she for real? Is she like a robot?
Yeah, we suddenly have cyborg voice
Did
going
I
on.
bring him? It was because you paused me. Hang on.
I think it's those evil AirPods.
Uh-oh.
We'll just go into the settings in StreamYard and switch your microphone back to.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
There we go. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's like an old Verizon commercial.
Well, my dear, welcome back to the show. It is so wonderful to see you again. How have you been?
Good, good. Thanks for having me. I feel like, okay, while you pause me, I have more questions.
Fantastic.
I know it's your show, but can I talk?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. I need to know about this $4,600 laptop.
Yeah.
Like, I need some detail. My laptop was from Costco. And it was $900. I feel like I need some backstory on this $4,600 laptop.
It's actually just $1,000, and the rest is because they put 2 estate stickers on it.
That makes sense.
Well, I think it's actually custom. I think it's a really like super high quality laptop, but I think it's also like custom painted and all that by the people at Subculture Studios, which I mean, that takes the value like through the roof.
I know. I feel like I probably just ruined someone's day. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. I mean, $4,600. That's a lot of money for a laptop, but you know, it's a one of a kind piece.
I'm sure it's cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You said you had questions. What else you have?
Oh, I do. So I see your backdrop says burn cigars, not bridges.
Oh yeah.
Can I do both? It's 2024. Let's be inclusive. I would like to burn bridges and cigars.
You know how to swim?
Yeah.
Burn away.
Burn away.
Okay, and then last follow-up question. I've been calling my cigars Paustini, and I'm pretty sure my way's right.
We're gonna agree to disagree, but only because we really know, like from the horse's mouth, that it's Pastania.
I believe you. I've just been saying it wrong a long time. No one corrected me.
It's honestly all those names, you know, and you know, shout out to Mike Stepankevich if I'm and again, his last name is impossible to pronounce, and I think I've said his last name about 1,000 times, and I've never. Every time I ask him, I say, did I get it right that time? He's like, you're close. He's never said that I got it perfectly right. So I think that's just one of those, and it's, you know, some of those words from the Polish language are just impossible for us, you know, Americans to get right.
It's okay. Either way, it's a great cigar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So whatever you call it, try it.
Yeah. Speaking of cigars, Raul, what do you have fired up? What are you smoking?
I am smoking the Year of the Rat.
Oh, that's
very
a good choice.
Nice.
It's last year's model.
Last year's model. It's a 2023. Only low mileage.
Oh, mileage. Yeah.
Nice.
Get it half used.
I thought that was 21 that came out.
Well, the banner said 2023. His says 20 on it. Or maybe they lied. I don't know.
Lies. It's all lies. Yeah. Justin, what are you smoking?
I got the Casa Cuevas Sangre Nueva.
Very nice. Very nice.
Nicely pronounced.
Actually, what are you smoking?
I've got the Ferio Tego Suba.
Oh, such a good cigar.
Cigar.
Man, I love that cigar.
It's so good. I've smoked a lot of these recently.
And I think I am going to fire up my cigar right now on the Zycar Toast Cam. Here we go. Zycar is the leading cigar accessory brand with innovative butane lighters, precision cutting instruments, travel cases, and humidors. Each product is designed and manufactured with utmost precision and attention to detail. The result is a range of products that exude quality and refinement, reflecting the brand's dedication to excellence. For more information, please visit Zycar.com. All right.
I love the way you can read that and concentrate on lighting up your cigar at the same time.
You know, multitasking is, you know, it's because I'm old and my eyes don't work all that well anymore. That's basically why it is.
Right,
I just got lucky. Here we go.
So, what are you drinking, Ashley?
Coffee and water. Very exotic.
Justin is drinking his legendary 1919.
1919, always. Yep.
I'm drinking some water too.
Gotta hydrate. Cigars are very dehydrating.
Honestly, they are. They are. I mean, there are some like that. There's some tobaccos that have like the kind of the salty component that we learned about from Luciano and some other people that do make you, you know, they make you salivate more, but that doesn't mean that like you still have to have a beverage nearby. I cannot have a beverage, or I cannot have a cigar without a beverage directly by my side. I just can't.
I just like hydrating before I go to work.
Well, Plus, you fight fires. Well,
I point a lot.
You point. So, actually, for those of our viewers and listeners who have not seen your first appearance on How About That Cigar Live, you have a very cool, venture that we sort of fell in love with right away because it combines things that we just love, and there's so many of us that are into premium cigars that are also into eating really good food. And, so you have really mixed the best of both worlds. So take us back briefly and take us through kind of the origins of what led you to start this thing out. And also it's, talk us through the success and how things are going these days.
Well, okay. I guess we'll start from the beginning. So I did the kind of social media influencer thing, which I hate that word. But it's the best word to describe what it is. But I really don't do sponsor posts. I mean, I know it's a common thing for podcasts, for influencers, for everyone advertises. Me personally, I just don't like it. If I like something, I'd rather tell everybody I like it. If I don't like it, then I don't tell anyone. Sometimes I do tell everyone, and that's when I burn bridges. It happens, but I'd rather be honest with people. But I kind of wanted some way to be in the industry. So I basically got a tobacco license and started my own cigar club. That's the whole long and short of it.
Nice.
What else does it have with your cigars? So
I changed it up since the first time I was on the show. So now what it is, it's a monthly pack. Every pack I curate with 2 different brands. So this month is Ferio Tego and then Aladino. Both of them are actually fan favorites that came back just because people have requested it so much. And I love taking requests from club members. So every month you get 3 cigars from each of the 2 brands. And then there are 2 Zooms. So this month, if you want to meet Michael Herklotz and Zoom with him, subscribe to the box. If you want to meet the Aladino family, learn about their farm, the whole history behind it with the Camacho Triple Maduro, just how they do everything with authentic Corojo, get the box. And you actually get to meet them on Zoom. I'm there too. I'm not that interesting though. I feel like the people behind the brand are more exciting. But it's a really nice chance for people to smoke the cigars together and then connect with the people behind the brand. So that's what I do.
So no more barbecue stuff?
No, I'm still barbecuing. It just got to a point where I think people did not cook as much as I do. That's the real issue. Is a lot of my regular members were like, hey, this is fun, but I have 8 rubs that are still mostly full because I barely cook.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I still cook. I'm still barbecuing a lot. I know I told you about my recent cooking addiction.
Well, I want to dive into that because, and we're going to talk about a lot of different stuff tonight, but you were saying that there's a new sort of obsession that came out of nowhere for you. So talk us through what this new obsession is.
What happened is the same way when you tell people oh, I love bowling, but you don't actually mean it. I casually in a conversation was like, oh, I've always wanted to make sourdough. And then my friend, it's her life. And she was like, I'm going to get you the starter tomorrow. You're coming on this journey. We're going to text 85 times an hour about sourdough. You're a sourdough person now. So now I'm a sourdough person.
So do you have a jar with starter in it?
Not just jar.
Multiple jars.
Yes, jar is for wussies. My kitchen's become a science project. So I went down this journey and I was like, we're not just going to make one loaf because you can't start to finish. It's at least a 48-hour process. By the time you get your starter going, then you let the bread ferment and then you do the next fermentation. So I dived right in. I started making multiple starters. I have 6 different blends I'm trying. I basically nerded out on sourdough, which is super fun. People love talking about that at parties.
So
yeah, it's very popular.
I have to dive in a little bit just because I'm curious. My wife and I have tried to make it before, and she's done really well. When I make bread, I make just the super simple bread recipes from YouTube, and it takes no time, and you get a really nice loaf of bread in an afternoon. But are we talking different? Similar to tobaccos, because that's one of the things that as cigar lovers, we all tend to nerd out about sometimes, like different varietals of tobacco grown in different countries and different regions. Is it the same kind of thing when it comes to like yeast for bread or different kinds of flour and that kind of thing too?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Really?
And the same way like with your cigars, humidity really matters. I feel like cigars and barbecue and sourdough are all just different versions of the same thing. Like you really have to pay attention to the ingredients that goes into it, temperature control and humidity control. Like that's all three things have the same key ingredients. It's just temperature, humidity, and ingredients.
Yeah, storage is important, I guess, for when you're waiting for the bread to be ready to put in the oven and even after, because I made a rookie mistake of the first time I made my own loaf of bread, literally 15 seconds after it came out of the oven, I cut into it.
Oh yeah, same.
I learned after the fact.
How could you not do that?
I know, and I thought I really want to have some of this bread right away when it's warm, and then I learned after the fact you're really not supposed to do that. You're supposed to let it cool.
I don't have that problem. I just go to Hy-Vee. Hey, I want that loaf, and that loaf. Let's go.
There you go.
Some Irish butter, and it's money.
I mean, a lot of people make the rookie mistake. Oh, I just got these in the mail. Let's smoke them right now. And you should.
Yes, right off the truck, as we call it in the world of cigars. It's I tell myself every time I order a new box of cigars or a new box of cigars shows up at my doorstep, especially if it's something that I either have never had or haven't had it a really long time, I say, I'm going to wait. I'm going to have self-discipline. And then I fire one up about, 3 to 5 minutes later.
Oh, if I get a whole box, 100%. It's like same day for anyone.
I just can't help myself.
I want to say hi to somebody. Garrett, how you doing, brother?
Hey, Garrett, welcome.
Oh, hi, Garrett.
So one of the things, and I know that you decided to, move away from the barbecue space, but even though that, as far as, the club and the box and all that isn't happening anymore, I know you still really love to cook. You're cooking all the time. And I'm kind of the opposite of what you mentioned, where some of your people said, oh, I still have, 4 bottles of rub and I barely used any from each of them. I'm constantly running out of barbecue rub, where I have to either make more or I have to go and find one that I like on the shelf and buy more. So I'm curious about some of your like go-to that you can't get enough of barbecue rubs that you wish they sold them in like 5-gallon buckets.
Well, first of all, I want to ask you, is there an option to either get more of those back if we want to become members?
I can, like, if you need something, I can special order it for you for sure.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
After the show, just like send me a message and whatever you need.
All right.
Nice.
So, okay, my favorite, which is kind of hard to find, I think they do sell it on Amazon, is the Our Butts Are Smoking Honey Chipotle. Like, hands down, it's not really on beef, but like everything but beef, it's amazing. Like, so good. It's great on vegetables. It's not too spicy, but it's got a lot of flavor. So Our Butts Are Smoking Honey Chipotle. The other one is Suckle Buster Salt Pepper Garlic. That is fantastic.
I've had that one. Yeah, I've had that one.
Do you ever use any meat church seasoning?
I've tried them. They're good. The thing I don't like about them is they feel very commercial to me, and they have a really high proportion of salt in them. And salt, like, despite what people say, salt's not that expensive. So if you're buying a rub and it's got a really high percentage of salt, you're mostly paying for salt. And salt's something you can always add more later. I mean, you can use fancy salts, but like a jug of kosher salt is what, $1 or $2, something like that.
Yeah.
So I like rubs that don't have a high percentage of salt, just because I can always add it later.
Okay.
I'm with you, honestly.
I didn't know that.
And when I make my own barbecue rubs, I tend to leave the salt out completely and just salt it first, and then put a nice layer of salt. And honestly, most of the time I'll leave black pepper out of it also.
Really?
And I'll just combine all the other stuff. I'll put the salt and the pepper on first and let the surface of the meat kind of tack up a little bit, and then I'll put the barbecue rub that I made on there. And then I know that the proportions are right. I
don't know what you made last Saturday, but that shit was good.
Oh, that pork belly. Oh. Yeah, I got to make more of that.
Woo.
That's that's one of my favorite things. And that kind of leads. That's great. That leads into the next thing is, and I know we all kind of go through phases where it's like, oh, I'm really into brisket right now, or I'm really into pulled pork right now. What's the smoked meat that you're super into right now?
It's hard. I feel like I change my mind all the time. Like I definitely went through a hardcore tri-tip phase where I was making a tri-tip like every 3 days.
Yeah.
I always like tri-tip. One of my favorites is New York roast. Rather than doing like a whole prime rib roast, I'll do a whole New York, and you do it like a prime rib roast. It's just more steaky feeling, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's another one of my favorites. Beef ribs, pretty much anytime it's someone's birthday, I make beef ribs. I have a lot of favorites. It's hard. What I haven't done, I don't know if you guys have seen the whole ribeye steak, like a tomahawk, and then you salt crust it and you bake it in the oven. Have you guys seen that?
I've seen it done. I haven't tried it.
I haven't tried it either. I want to, but then every time I think about doing it, I just go back to what I know.
Yeah.
You try it first and then let me know how it is.
I will. And it's funny because I've seen it done 2 different ways. I've seen people who, when they make the salt crust, they mix the salt just with plain water. And I've seen other people that mix it with plain water mixed with egg whites. And I don't know which is the best way to go, because they say that egg whites hold the salt crust together better.
Yeah, it would make a better casing.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably do the egg whites.
Yeah.
I think egg whites make more sense to me.
Yeah. And I like the New York roast idea too, because I've never done that cut in a full roast. I've only done New York steaks before. That sounds outstanding.
Have you ever tried cocoa on it? Cocoa on like pork chops?
I've put some cocoa in spice rubs before, but never on just like directly on a cut of meat.
I tried it once at the fire department. It came out terrible, and that was 20 years ago, and they still don't know anything about it. Just butchered the pork chops. It was just terrible.
Aww.
And they wrote me. They're still writing me about it.
I will say I tried coffee rub on steak. I don't really like coffee rubs either. Like, I think they're very trendy, and a lot of people are doing a coffie rub. Yeah. I just don't like the way they taste.
You're gonna make me puke.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think coffee. I haven't there are some, and I don't have any brand names off the top of my head, but there are some rubs that are really deep black in color, and a lot of those
hardcore carnivore charcoal one.
Yeah, a lot of those tend to have a mix of like charcoal and maybe espresso powder in them. I don't really care for those that are that deep black color. They don't. There's a bitterness usually to the final product that I just don't dig.
I can see that. I do like the hardcore carnivore. I think it's just called black. It's got activated charcoal. That one's good. I don't think that has coffee in it though. I know the Suckle Busters, the coffee one.
Yeah,
that one I don't like, and usually I like everything Suckle Busters does.
I think Bearded Butcher also makes and if you haven't seen Bearded Butcher, there are a couple guys I think from Ohio that have a butcher shop, and they also do a lot of their own spice rubs and things like that. I think they have a black one, and it's just, I bought a bottle of it wasn't Bearded Butcher, and of course I just don't remember now the brand, but it just didn't work for me. But maybe I just didn't find the right combination, because I'm sure you've also had you take a chance on a bottle of spice rub thinking it's going to be really good, and it's just kind of terrible. How many bottles have ended up at the bottom of the garbage can?
A lot.
Yeah.
And the problem is when people know you barbecue for every holiday, they're like, "Hey, I picked this up for you," and it's a lot of times it's not great stuff. It's just kind of some weird thing they found at a farmer's market that they thought was cool. And I appreciate the gesture. I don't want to burn bridges with those people. I like them still. It's very nice, but it's kind of like if someone who's not into cigars gives you cigars and then they left them out of the humidity for like 2 weeks and just sitting on a shelf. And they're like, "Here, I got you these." And they're all crusty and sad. It's like that. Like, they mean well. They were doing their best.
Yeah.
So Ashley, do you?
Cohiba.
Yes, glad. Yeah, I got you this in Mexico. I bought it from a guy on the beach, and you just say thank you and you move on.
Okay, I'll enjoy these later.
So Ashley, do you strictly grill, or do you smoke, or do you use the flat? What do they call it?
Like a flat top, like a Blackstone or sous vide or
I wanted to So a flat top is next on my list of like fun barbecue toys.
Okay.
I use an offset smoker most of the time, and then I also have a pellet smoker, and then I have a regular grill, which I really don't use a lot. It's actually just sitting here in my garage. That's how unfrequently I use it. Most of the time I use my offset though, and I'm definitely using it wrong, but the firebox, you can use it like a flat top. It's just a smaller grill space. But I don't really have need for a giant flat top. I'm still probably going to get one because I'm irresponsible, but, yeah, my offset does pretty much everything I could ever need. And then my pellet smoker is great when I'm feeling lazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't have an offset stick burner. I just have a pellet smoker. And unfortunately she just bit the dust.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Like kaput, like.
Was it a Traeger?
No, it was a Cuisinart.
Oh, I didn't even know they made pellets.
They do, yeah. And unfortunately, the entire electronic system is literally like nobody's home.
How old was it?
4 years old.
Oh, that's not. Wow.
It's not even very old.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole electronic system completely bit the dust. There's a friend of mine that may be able to help with it, but I've had so much, and I hate to say this because I love my family like more than anything in the world, and they gave me this pellet smoker as a gift 4 years ago. But it has literally been nothing but trouble. I mean, I have to fight to get it to work the way I need it to work, and that's if it works at all. And all love and gratitude to my family for getting that gift for me, but I would not recommend somebody else buy one of these Cuisinart Wood Creek pellet smokers.
Hashtag not sponsored by Cuisinart.
Not sponsored. I just burned a bridge. So
it feels good, doesn't it?
You're making progress.
It kind of feels good, actually.
It does, doesn't it?
Whew.
I think we're on one.
It feels good. I'm gonna have a drink.
Today? Let's just like ruin some people's night.
There you go.
So Ashley, how do you cook outside in such cold weather?
Oh,
it's hard. Honestly, yeah, it's I take my life in my hands every time I go outside in the 65-degree weather.
Oh my God, I don't know how you deal with that.
It's so tough. Lee Marsh, Matt Ty, have you ever been to Minnesota? No, Lee, I've never been to Minnesota. Lee Marsh from Stolen Throne Cigars.
Oh,
I've never been to Minnesota, Lee. But if you are ever in Minnesota, I promise that I will travel to Minnesota at the same time you're there, so we can be. It's a running joke, and actually,
small story about Lee.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. I hope he's still watching, so I can embarrass him while he watches. Lee and I are starting a group. It's called Cigar Industry Shit Talkers. It's going to be a Facebook group. You have to talk shit about one person before you can join. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to burn some bridges.
That's going to be so easy for me. I'm going to burn a bunch of bridges.
I don't think this is ever going to come to fruition. But I love Lee Marsh because he's one of the few people that's just like so brutally honest with everything. And I respect it.
Yeah, Lee does. I'm just gonna use all the words. Lee doesn't fuck around, and I love the hell out of him for it.
Oh, thank you, Gabby.
Oh, Gabby is on. Luciano is on. Guys, it's so great
to see
Luciano.
Look at you. You bring out all the stars tonight.
Yes.
I didn't know. I don't know who's watching. Are we at like 3 or 4 people now? How many?
5.
We
hit 5. Yeah. Oh, my mom joined. That makes sense.
Let's jump back into cigar talk a little bit. I'm curious, and I'm sorry if we talked about this last time you were on the show. It was a couple of years ago, so I'm sorry if I don't remember. But have you ever had a chance to do like your own blend with a cigar company? And if not, is that something you'd like to do? And if you were to go down that road, what do you think you might do with the blend?
And who would you want to work with?
And who would you want to work with? Great question. Yeah.
Well, without giving too much away.
Let's burn some bridges.
No. Not Fuente. Now it's okay. I don't think they want to work with me either. So it's mutual. It's fine.
Okay.
There are so many amazing people. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but exciting things are on the horizon, and I'll come back on the show when we have more announcements.
Oh my God. You heard it here first, everybody.
You did. You officially heard it here.
Officially heard it here first. I love it. I cannot. Honestly, I can't wait. And we can talk about it off the air. And actually, that kind of leads into also, are you going to be joining the family reunion at the PCA in a few weeks?
Yeah, I won't be there on Saturday.
Okay.
Mostly because I waited a long time to book my hotel, and they're like $7,000 a night. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't do things on time.
Well,
that's a PSA for being more responsible. But yeah, I will be there on Sunday and Monday, and then I'm leaving directly Monday and going on vacation.
Okay.
Where you at?
Hawaii. I'm pretty excited.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
No, there will not be bikini beach pictures. Just putting that out there right now before everyone asks.
I
may just be on vacation.
I am too much of a gentleman to ask. I would never, ever do that.
I would.
No, it's so sad though. Like the amount of questions I get of like, are you going to post anything in bikinis? Like, no, I'm not. It has nothing to do with the cigar.
Right. Yeah. No.
Well, it depends. If you hold a cigar out like this and you're in the bikini back like this.
Yeah. That's not an idea. That's not actually
better. You're more likely to ash and burn yourself. It's actually a bad plan to smoke cigars in bikinis.
Yeah, it's like so there's some also some like gun channels on YouTube. Wow. And I know it's crazy, but there are some that have ladies in Daisy Dukes and bikini tops, shooting guns. And that is one of the, just from a pure logistics standpoint, that is one of the dumbest things you could ever do at the range.
Are you kidding me?
Is to fire guns.
It's beautiful when they start shooting and the hot metal goes down their shirt.
No, that's why they're gonna get second degree burns. It's not smart. What I'm saying.
I have that in an indoor range where the brass hits you, and then I've burnt my arm before. So I hope they're at least outdoors so that doesn't happen. I'm worried.
I mean, I've seen some indoors and out, but it's just not. It's logistically, it's not a good decision.
I love the one where the woman's shooting a shotgun and she shoots and it comes back.
Yeah, there's so many gun fails.
Awesome, I love it.
So many gun fails on YouTube. Back to cigars.
No, that's gonna be my next hobby, though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, becoming a huge gun nerd.
Hold on, you're in California.
That's tricky. That's tricky in California.
I can't wait to be a huge gun nerd with all my bullet buttons and things. It's gonna be fantastic.
There you go.
Slingshots. I heard you only get slingshots in California, no?
No, those are too aggressive.
So what you could do is we can tie in all these hobbies. So we've got cigars and we've got sourdough and we've got guns. So while you're smoking a cigar, you could fire a weapon at a loaf of sourdough.
Why would you want to ruin the sourdough?
No, if you end up having a bad experience and one loaf just doesn't come out the right way, it happens to the best of us.
It's bread. It's never wrong.
You use that as
no. Bread can go bad. No. There's a lot of things that could go wrong with bread. No. I'm telling you, everything I do is the same. Like cigars, barbecue, and bread, they're all the same. There's so many things that can go wrong. It can be a beautiful, perfect experience and everything you dreamed of, or just awful, and it's ruined your weekend.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have you really been excited about a cigar release and been waiting, you've anticipated it, and then it's just a huge letdown?
That's never happened to me.
Really?
No, I'm totally joking.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't have taste buds.
No, that has definitely happened. That has definitely happened. Absolutely. So from the cigar end of things, I mean, it's exciting that there's a project in the works and we can't wait to learn more about that in the future. But also just from kind of your general smoking habits. And it's funny too, because this is another one of those things that we all kind of go through phases. Like we'll be on a Maduro kick, or we'll be on a Cameroon wrapper kick, or we'll be on a Corona Gorda or a Toro kick kind of thing. What are some of the things that you're finding yourself really enjoying a lot lately when you're smoking, whether it's a particular wrapper type or a particular brand, that kind of thing?
Oh, see, that's hard because I literally do, especially because I curate the packs. So I try to find diversity in every pack where there's something for everybody, but also something surprising and new. So I literally try everything all the time. I will say I've gone down the rabbit hole a little bit with Candelas. I've been really trying to find more exciting Candelas. it's fun to give someone a Candela because they look at you like you're a little bit crazy. Like, why is my cigar green?
Yeah.
I went down like the big cigar path for a little bit, and then I realized I just don't like them. But pretty much everything above a 54, I'm just not into.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people are kind of all trending that way in the industry. Everyone's coming out with a 6x60. I just don't like them. Like, they're not for me. I still put them in the packs because I like the blends, and I do have a lot of people that like big cigars.
Yeah.
Like, my personal sweet spot is around 48. That's my favorite ring gauge.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
If you haven't tried Apostle's Candela.
Apostate's
Candela, yeah, it was 3 packs ago.
Oh, that's one of my favorite Candelas out there. Oh my God.
What I love about it, it's a Corojo-based Candela, unless
Yeah.
I'm quoting myself wrong. No, it is, right? Okay, I didn't just make it up. But it's got like a very, very different flavor than other Candelas.
Definitely.
This month, though, in the box, I have another Candela, which is by Aladino. Completely different flavor profile, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys don't know them, they're the masters of Corojo.
Yes.
Their Corojo is so crazy flavorful. It's my favorite.
Yeah, Aladino. I mean, they're 2 years ago. Their Aladino Cameroon Lonsdale was our cigar of the year.
So
and I find myself smoking that cigar at least once a month, if not more, even 2 years later after getting cigar of the year from us.
Yeah, I love
it's so good.
I love those guys.
And then also, no one or anyone who's listening who hasn't tried the Suma by Ferrotego, I've literally smoked so many of these. They're so good.
Yeah.
I hope you win prizes for this. All the prizes. Teddy bears, awards. What's up?
Is there a cooler dude in the business besides Mike?
Yeah, Mike Klotz is good.
Awesome.
He's so uncool. He's so stylish. He was actually one of the people in the industry that when I first met him, I was like very intimidated to meet Michael Herklotz because he's so cool.
Yep.
Yeah. And then it's so great because like so many other people in the industry that and we've all been there, you know, like the first time you go to a trade show or the first time you go to a cigar event and you get to meet certain people from the industry, whether it's Pete Johnson or Michael Herklotz or a host of other people that I could name right now. You're a little starstruck because as cigar nerds, we really respect and love what these people do. And then you meet them and they're just the sweetest, most regular, down-to-earth, conversational people you could ever hope to meet.
Yeah. Pete Johnson is also just like a really sweet person.
Yeah.
Like, nice dude.
Is there anybody in the industry that you want to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Great question.
I'm always open to it. I feel like I've met so many people in the industry, but then at PCA and things like that, I always meet new people. So just like yes to all.
Yes to all.
That's not a burn bridges answer.
That's building right there. You're building that one.
I know I did. It's good. I'm a little tired today. I don't want to swim. No, it's amazing though. Every time I go to a trade show, it's like you meet new people because there's no possible way to meet every single person at the trade show. So just yes to all the people.
Yeah.
Cigar people are cool.
Cigar people are the best people. That's like one of our other sort of, I don't know, taglines or favorite phrases is cigar people are the best people. I mean, you can meet great people in just about any sort of hobby or group or whatever, but there's so many great people in this business. And yeah, there's a handful of, they're
so generous, so loving, and their knowledge, they're willing to give their knowledge.
Yeah.
I feel like it's an extreme though, because the people you meet in this industry are either like amazing or the douchiest people I've ever met in my life. Like there's not a lot of middle ground.
Like Brody.
Like there's another bridge. Light that one on fire.
Oh, I'm burning.
Seriously, there's not a lot of people I meet in this industry that I'm like, I guess they're a person. Like I either absolutely adore them and I think they're fantastic, or they're just so douchey. And there's not a lot of middle ground.
I'm wondering where I fall on that.
No, you're in the good spectrum.
Hey! Okay.
This was the good spectrum hand, right?
Nope, I'm not even gonna ask. I'm not even gonna ask.
Man. Oh, Nate Beck.
If I didn't like you guys, I would have hung up already and said my laptop died.
Nate Beck from Bovada says, I hate to brag, but I'm Ashley's fave.
Oh, he is. Okay, so Nate is the most responsible human being in the cigar industry. Like
Nate.
He's always so on point. Shout out to Nate because he's the most responsible cigar industry person.
And let's talk about how nice of a dresser he is.
Oh, yes.
He's one of the best dressers in the industry too.
He is. Yes. I mean, I don't know if we're ranking people, but I'd probably go like Michael Herklotz and then over to Nate.
Yeah.
That's the ranking order.
I got to put Oliver Naveau from United Cigar up there.
Oliver does. Yeah, you're right.
He can really, rock a suit.
He's the worst dressed.
And he makes sure you wear suits too.
Who's the worst dressed?
Yes, who's the worst dressed?
Saka.
No, he's okay.
Well, and so by worst dressed, do you mean looks like they just crawled out of a gutter?
Like who's showing up in cargo shorts and Crocs?
And that sounds like Skip.
Well, I mean, we love Skip Martin, but
Skip,
he's he's usually rocking the
beachwear.
The beachwear. He's wearing cargo shorts,
black tee, cargo shorts. Was it
flip flops,
Microsoft look, or was it the guy from Apple that said? Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Yeah, but they're kind of in that same. I'll say another one that. Okay. Screw it. Whatever.
Burn it.
Robert Caldwell.
Oh.
Okay, just because he can't button his shirt doesn't mean he's poorly dressed. I think he just lacks opposable thumbs. That's my theory.
That could be, but he just had a really big, event in his business. Oh, is that where you were? Oh, sorry. I stepped on your touchdown call.
Hi, Candy. Right here.
But,
Robert Caldwell is so sweet. I think he does well. He just doesn't button all the way.
Yeah, he did.
Well, and honestly,
this is down like this.
If I don't know. I would count myself personally because I'm old and I'm tired and I'm broken down. I would count myself among most days people don't see me. I don't post a lot on social media. And when I go to events, I try to at least, step things up a little bit. But I am not a good dresser.
Stop.
What?
We're working on it.
Well, what? Yeah, but
I'm stylish.
I'm just saying.
On it.
I'm just saying. Most days, I could probably qualify for that guy who looks like he just, slept on a subway bench, kind of look.
I call bullshit on that. Because you go out with me a lot, so automatic upgrade.
Honestly,
he got all kinds of new gear he's gonna be wearing at the show. He's gonna be fine.
Maybe though Caldwell is so busy because he's doing a lot of things that he can't be inconvenienced to button his shirt all the way because he just has so much going on.
Well,
I think we should give him a little slack.
Nate, please, Nate, if I can call on you humbly and beg you out of the goodness of my heart and out of the goodness of yours, if I could enlist your services to be my personal stylist, I would be beyond forever grateful.
How about fragrance too?
Fragrant, yeah. When it comes to fragrances,
he smells
colognes and whatnot, Nate is like.
He gave us a little tutorial on how to put.
He gave us a tutorial
on how to put it on.
That's right.
Certain squirts, on the body. Yep. Put the shirt on right after you get out of the shower. It's all good.
Whenever you see Nate and you give him a hug, you smell like him for the next 2 hours.
It's just glorious.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Enough about Nate. Let's talk about Ashley. Love you, Nate.
We've gone down so many rabbit holes on the show. I absolutely love it.
Was there a script? I didn't get it.
What's that?
Was there a script ahead of time? You didn't send me
you didn't get the memo?
We have a little bit of a script, but really
a link and a time.
When the conversation is just kind of natural like this, we just kind of let it go. It's all good. But one of the things I'm curious about for you, Ashley, when it comes to beverages, what is like your favorite go-to beverage to have with a cigar?
Okay, so I am a huge coffee lover. Espresso martinis are probably my favorite with a lot of cigars. Not all cigars. Doesn't work for all cigars. My second favorite is, I do drink a lot of just like whiskey neat, but it's not like an exotic cocktail. It's whiskey. You know what you're getting. My other favorite is anything with an egg white foam. That's like my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what?
Egg white foam. So
I am a big fan of egg white foam shaken cocktails.
Yeah, my wife and I have also been really getting into those lately. And there's a great spot not far from here that the mixologists there are really talented, and they have been mixing in a lot of, no pun intended, cocktails with. So they put an egg white in the shaker first, and then some of the other ingredients, and do what's called a dry shake, and then they add the rest of everything with the ice, and it just puts this. It gives the cocktail a really kind of luxurious, velvety kind of feel to it.
So good.
Oh my God! What's like your go-to? Is it like a whiskey sour with egg white or what?
But I hate calling it a whiskey sour because I feel like a lot of people do like whiskey and sweet and sour syrup, and it's disgusting. That's what a whiskey sour should be. I mean, at least in my mind, it shouldn't be. I don't know. I'm not a mixologist. I just make things I like. But yeah, I do whiskey. I think my recipe is like whiskey and a little bit of like lemon and I don't even know. I have it written down in my kitchen. That's what you have to do when you drink, is you have to write the recipe down, because then when you keep drinking, you won't remember later.
I don't have that. Raul is making this face. I was about to say I don't have that problem, but Raul knows better. Everybody who knows me knows
wine
better.
When you
do I drink wine?
Smoke? Yeah.
I don't really like wine when I smoke. Like, I like wine a lot. I don't necessarily like wine with my cigars, which is kind of weird because I have a very extensive wine collection, and that's also on my list of things to become obnoxious about. The problem with wine is it's not like cigars. Like, you can get into cigars and buy $20 cigars that are amazing. You can't really get into wine and buy $20 bottles of wine. I mean, you can. There are $20 bottles of wine, but you can't become a wine snob and like really nerd out on wine as a hobby spending $20. It just doesn't happen. Yeah,
I agree. You can get good wines, decent wines for, around $20, but you really have to get more into like 50 to 100 to 300 to 700 to get the just ultra best of the best wines.
Yeah, I'm not in the income bracket to be a wine snob.
Neither am I.
Actually, have you ever tried the wine that's aged in bourbon barrels?
I feel like I have. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but yeah, probably. Yes, I've tried a lot. So one of my friends actually is a sommelier. Oh, and do you guys know Vlad? He is also, and his cigar is called Some, which is very intuitive.
Yes. So I actually reached out, and I think we have an appointment coming up at the PCA trade show, possibly.
Oh, I love him. Can I show off his lighter?
Absolutely.
My favorite lighter. So mine's almost out of butane, but it's a soft flame. And then you push the button. Oh, see, mine's almost out though, so it's not working. Yeah, I'm almost out of butane, but you push the button and then it becomes a torch. And it's my
very
favorite
nice.
Because it's everything I ever need. Now I'm just going to switch to this one, courtesy of Bout and Nate. Also, this is my other favorite, and I don't know why I have so many trinkets with me. Again, not sponsored. I just love this lighter because I feel like a wizard. Have you guys seen this Colibri?
I've seen. Don't you have one of those, Raul? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Raul's got one of those.
My other favorite. Yeah, I don't know why I have so many accessories on me right now. Because you got to back up your backup, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Everything but a good cutter.
I know. You know what's so sad is I have so many. Oh, I do. I have my Colibri. Joke's on you because I can use the better.
Well, we do get so into that's another one of the things that I love about cigars is
the accessories.
The accessories. It's not just about the cigars, and the pairings. The accessories are a lot of fun. I mean, cutters and lighters and humidors and ashtrays and that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. There's so much cool stuff that people have designed out there, and I love it.
I try to match my lighter and cutter with my tattoos.
With your tattoos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. I like it. That's a unique style. No one's doing that.
Nope. Red and black, baby. Red and black.
Nobody's doing that.
So this one, I don't know if you guys can see.
Oh, Aladino.
Yeah. This one and the Apostate Candela are my two favorite Candelas.
Yeah. Yeah. That, I mean, I agree. That Apostate Feathered Serpent is
phenomenal.
Oh my God. Shout out to Brandon and Kendrick. That cigar is insane.
I was going to say our locals founders have a pretty good Candela out there too.
Yeah, the founders Candela is also good.
I'm ranking that one number 3, and then the HL Louisiana number 4. That's what I'm ranking up.
That one's really good too. And if you've,
it's not very nice, Nate.
I've heard that the Espinosa Wasabi is good, but I haven't had it. And I know that the Roma Craft Formorian is good, but that's like, I don't think they make that anymore.
I haven't had that one.
They also make the reverse Irish one. I forgot the name of it.
The Black Irish?
They got the Black Irish.
Black Irish, but they do it reverse.
And that's the
Boss Hog, or
no, I don't remember the
something
name of it.
Boss.
Yeah.
That one's delicious.
You
too.
can't forget about like Blackwork Studio. They got a bunch of
Yeah,
Candela
Blackworks.
wrapped kind of cigars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of different ones with that Candela, the accent to it, or more Candela, half this, half that.
My list, and I gave you my top 4. I don't know where you're taking my list.
We're just giving you more ideas. Don Bosco.
That's Boss. I know it's Boss. Something.
Actually, I had the Espinosa Wasabi. I'm gonna add that to my list.
Yeah, I haven't had it, but I've heard really good things about it. I was curious, were you at the TPE trade show?
I was.
How was it?
It was fun. I liked it. I think a lot of people said it was depressing. I had a good time, but I kind of have, I don't know, I have a good time anywhere I go. So I'm not a good judge of like if something's depressing.
Well, I've heard both. I've heard some people say it was a great show, and I've heard some people say, I really haven't heard middle of the road. I haven't heard somebody say it was all right. It's maybe they'll say on the air it was all right, but then after we go off the air, they're like, oh, it was terrible. But
here's the thing. I'm going to raise people's day again. So a lot of people I've heard aren't going next year, and I think that's a mistake because think about it from a brand's perspective. If a lot of people aren't going, that's the best show to go to. There's less competition. But I think a lot of people who said they did not have a good time sales wise, which I understand.
Yeah.
Also sucks that PCA is like very, very close to the show. I mean, they say it was like a couldn't find space issue, but it seems intentional. I don't know. I'm not on the board. I'm also not running for the board. So I guess I can burn those bridges too. Sorry, PCA.
No, I mean, I think,
but I think next year TB is going to be popping because PCA is moving to New Orleans. So a lot of West Coast shops aren't going to want to travel all the way to New Orleans, but they're still going to go to TPE because it's very close. Like if you live in Arizona, California, the other states north of that don't matter.
She's got a blowtorch just burning shit down left.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, have you guys been to Oregon? It's beautiful.
I've been to Oregon. Yeah, it is beautiful. But I was there when I was a kid when I was there, so I really don't remember much of it. I was 16 or something.
Oh, it's super pretty. I love RV camping up there. It's nice because there's like just trees everywhere, and we don't really have that in Southern California. I know other states with like real seasons have trees, so it's not weird and like new to you guys. But in Southern California, we don't really have trees. We just have like cacti and freeways.
Yeah. Scrub brush, cacti,
It never rains in Southern California.
Never rains.
It did this year. But like not even, okay. So it didn't even rain a lot, but I got so many messages on Instagram that were like, hey, you haven't posted in a couple days. Are you okay because of the rains? Is it flooding? And I feel like the news blows everything out of proportion.
What?
And I witnessed this firsthand because so many people asked me if I was okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the news blows everything out of proportion.
Never heard of that.
That's why I stopped watching.
I still watch because I have to, because I invest in stocks. And the greatest indicator of what you should invest in is what everyone's freaking out about on the news.
Yeah. Actually, so not stock related, but one thing you mentioned last time you were on the show is that, and I don't know if this is still sort of a hobby or something you enjoy, but have you made any good sports bets lately?
Oh, I did win my fantasy football league.
Nice.
Yeah, you want to hear some bullshit though?
Yeah, of course.
Every year, so I'm in the like B/C league because it was my first year playing with them. And apparently every year, whoever wins that league moves up to the A League.
Yeah.
Fro, she must have got sick of us.
Connection lost. Let's give it a minute.
She got sick of us. She said that's what she was going to do. Once she got sick of us, she said she was going to say her computer froze.
I hope it wasn't the battery dying. That's my...
No, I can still hear you.
Oh, you're back. You're back. Okay.
No, but this was apparently I can't move up to the A League. So if any of the guys at the lounge are watching, know that I think you're just afraid to lose to a girl.
So they said you cannot move up to the A League.
I can't.
And they don't have any logical reason why?
Well, they wanted to keep their camaraderie in the group in the A League.
No, they're just afraid to lose to a
That's
woman.
what I said. I was like, no. Whoever lost in the A League and came in last moves down. And then I move up and beat everybody. Because the B League doesn't have a trophy. And I want the trophy.
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't you want the trophy?
Yeah, I didn't want my gift card at the lounge. That's great. But that's not why. Like, the amount of hours I devoted to fantasy football, I think I made 17 cents an hour on that gift card.
Oh.
That's not why you do it. You do it for the glory.
Yeah. The gift card, I don't need a gift card. Give me the trophy. I agree with you 100%.
No, but I was so obnoxious about it that literally someone came up to me at a bakery that I didn't know, who goes to the other lounge in town and was like, "Are you the girl who's killing it at fantasy football?" And I am. That's me.
Nice.
What'd you get at the bakery?
Oh, I got a cupcake. It was delicious. Yeah, I still love cupcakes. I know they're not trendy anymore. Cupcakes are so good.
Cupcakes are the
awesome. Yeah,
absolute
so
best.
good.
I had one for breakfast this morning.
Right behind cheesecake.
Really?
I did. I had an apple cinnamon cupcake for breakfast this morning.
Are you sure it's not a muffin?
Cupcake muffin.
It was not a muffin. It was a cupcake.
Because muffins are just sad cupcakes.
Well, that is true. But this was from an actual cupcake shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it have frosting?
It did have it had an insane amount of frosting.
Frosting makes it a cupcake.
Yeah.
That's the transition point between muffin to cupcake.
Absolutely. And happiness.
Frosting is so good too.
Frosting. Well, and you do the deal where you take the cupcake apart
You break
and
it in half
make a
and
sandwich out of it.
Frosting, yes, that's the best way to eat it.
That is the way to consume a cupcake.
100%.
That's the only way.
I just eat them whole.
You do one bite, done. Is it time?
It is time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for this week's Numero de los Muertos. And as always, Numero de los Muertos brought to us by our friends at Smoke Inn.
Hi, Steve here with the GOAT to tell you about Smoke Inn's Cigar of the Month Club. Every month, I personally handpick 5 premium cigars. Another great feature is our Double Down Club. With a simple check mark, you can get double this great selections every month and save $10. Every month, there's a special discount code where if you like any of the selections, you can get them at a special discounted rate for our Cigar of the Month Club members. We've made it super simple. All you gotta do is log into your account. There's a little green button there. If it's green, you're active. You want to take a break, going out of town, simply hit the button and you'll deactivate your membership. We get the stuff out on the 28th of every month. Our membership bills on the 28th, and we get every member's package out on the 28th if it's a shipping day. All delivered to your door for $34.95. 5 great reasons on what makes Smoking Cigar of the Month Club the best club out there. Check it out. Peace.
All right, Numero de los Muertos, episode 236.
What do you got?
Once again, the number is 1.
1.
1.
We're getting slim pickings here.
I know. It is so tough to find good Numero de los Muertos material.
Mitchell, straight up death by snoo.
Death by snoo. So actually, if you don't remember Numero de los Muertos, so basically you and Justin, Raul, and our audience members who are in the comments, everybody gets to sort of play 20 questions and guess the weird and unusual way that this person died back in the day.
Okay.
No, it's odd, but we love it.
No, let's do this. I like games.
Fell in an offset smoker, David Floyd.
No, it was not death by barbecue or falling in an offset smoker.
Wait,
And
do I get Any other clues about them?
Oh, you get to ask as many questions as you want.
Was it on land?
Is this person male or female?
This person, male.
And was it on land?
This death occurred on land, yes.
Is it a workplace accident?
Is it a workplace accident? I'm gonna say this is a tough one. Workplace. I'm gonna say no, but the fact that it's taken me so long to decide on an answer should maybe give you a little bit more of a clue.
What were you gonna say, Ashley?
Indoor or outdoor?
Indoors.
In the U.S.?
Yes. In California, actually.
Oh, vehicles involved. Were vehicles involved?
Vehicles were not directly involved.
Okay.
Was there fire involved?
Fire was not involved.
About a number 2 pencil through the icon whip style.
Not a number 2 pencil.
Very, very clever.
Mitchell.
Murder or like? Is it
this was not a murder. This was it could be classified as an accident, but in a very weird way. Mitchell, I'm not going to tell you the year. That's too much information.
Involved.
Earthquakes were not involved.
Animals
were not involved. Guns were not involved.
Heavy machinery?
You can't have guns in California.
What'd you say, Ash?
Heavy machinery involved.
Heavy machinery was not involved.
Buried in a pile of almonds.
Almonds were not involved. No nuts were harmed in the making of this Numero de los Muertos.
Stomped by a horse?
No animals.
Let's see what other. All right. Was the cause of death some sort of suffocation?
No.
Or choking.
No choking.
Poison in some way.
Did he bleed out?
Can
I ask those questions, or how specific can I get?
You can get pretty specific. I won't say that the victim bled out.
Dude, they set themselves on fire.
No poisoning, no fire.
Fell in a
well. Were they decapitated?
Was not falling in a well, but falling was involved.
Okay. Falling down a mountain.
No, it was indoors.
Oh, indoors. Indoor mountain.
On an indoor rock climbing wall.
Indoor? No, it was not an indoor rock climbing wall.
Hang gliding?
No, that would be outdoors.
Public transportation.
Fell down a flight of stairs?
Not public transportation.
Electricity.
Electricity was not involved.
Did they fall down a flight of stairs?
It was not falling down a flight of stairs.
Did they hang themselves?
Were they dismembered?
No, but there was
Were they defenestrated?
No, but there was a severe wound sustained during the fall.
Okay, so they fell inside.
Yes.
Fell off a skyway?
It was not suffocating. It was not elevators.
Were they changing a light bulb?
Fell on an Oscar trophy. So it was not falling on an Oscar trophy, but I will say this severe wound was sustained by falling onto something.
So they got impaled by something.
They did get impaled by something.
Something. They didn't fall in love, did they?
Fall onto a Google car.
Inside a building.
They didn't fall on a Google car.
Park the Google car somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta put it in the garage eventually.
Absolutely. What you got, Roll?
Did they fall off a loft onto something? Did the railing was not there?
No.
Fell on a traffic cone. No.
They fall into like a Rolls Royce hood and get impaled by that.
Oh, that's good. No, that was
it's kind of dark.
So they're
good.
Inside and they fell on something.
And there was sort of a vehicle involved, and it was sort of replaced.
It was vehicle adjacent. Vehicles weren't directly involved, but vehicles were surrounding they were surrounding the surroundings that this person was in.
Was it a parking garage?
That's what I was thinking.
It was not a parking garage.
A mechanic garage.
It was not a mechanic garage.
Where the hell else do you keep vehicles inside? Was it like a car showroom?
Nope. There are lots of different. There are lots of different kinds of vehicles.
So it's not an airplane hangar. Is it a bike shop?
It's a bike shop. Yes.
And they fell on the handlebars.
No.
Nailed themselves on the handlebars.
No. It's the object that impaled them.
Impaled by a forklift from Jesus.
No, not a forklift.
The object, because that would be ridiculous.
The object that impaled them is not directly bicycle adjacent.
So
I feel like you're just making
they were
things up.
working on a bike rack. They fell on a bike rack.
No, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna.
A seat post.
No, we're gonna get there.
Ooh.
Come on,
We're
team.
gonna get there. Okay.
Get there.
Fell on
All
a
right.
bike pump.
So when I was hemming and hawing about whether, sorry, Ash, what did you say?
Oh no. So they were in a bike shop and they died on something.
Well,
Hey,
you remember earlier when Justin asked if it was a workplace accident? I sort of hemmed and hawed on that. It was not a workplace accident, but the person who died.
Did they die in a spin class?
They were but they were sort of, this person during the act of getting impaled was sort of in a way working, but not like working.
Okay.
Oh, was this West Hollywood? Were they a gay stripper in All Bikes Night?
No, but I really need to hear more about this.
I don't know if that's a thing. I just made it up.
No, this was at a bike shop,
a pedal bike
shop.
Huh?
Bike was upside down and they fell on the forks.
No.
No, I'm thinking, what else is in a bike shop besides bikes? They
Well,
fall on a tricycle?
It wouldn't necessarily be something that was in the bike shop. It may be something that this person had with them.
Did they fall on a pocket knife?
No.
Did they come in the bike shop to rob it and fell on their own AR?
They were attempting to rob the bike shop when they fell on
Their
Their
weapon.
own machete.
no,
Not a knife. They fell on
not a knife,
a baseball bat,
not a baseball bat, not a gun.
a sword.
No.
What else do you rob someone with?
Yeah, what do
Knife,
you,
gun?
a slingshot,
It was after hours, so they didn't have any weapons with them.
crowbar,
It was not a crowbar.
Starbucks latte. I don't know.
All right, so here you guys are you're there, but I'm gonna reveal this. All right, in February 1997, Santiago Alvarado was burglarizing a bike shop in Lompoc, California, and I'm sorry if I'm saying the name of that town wrong. To keep his hands free while he was on the roof of the store, Santiago had placed a flashlight in his mouth. Unfortunately, death found him when he fell face first onto the floor and the flashlight crushed through the back of his skull.
What a way to go.
There's so many good jokes I can make right now, but I don't think I'm going to.
Oh, I wish you would.
In the moment, I'm going to choose to be an adult.
That was not a bright idea.
I was not far off with the West Hollywood.
That's yeah. That's
Flashlight, not fleshlight.
yeah.
Brody.
Flash, FLASH.
We're not at your house, Brody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Flash light, not the other kind.
Ladies
Flash.
and gentlemen, crime does not pay.
Crime does not pay.
Public
Pretty
service
much.
announcement.
And maybe if you're going to rob a bike shop, I mean, I'm not recommending you rob a bike shop, but if you're going to, maybe just try the back door instead of the roof.
How about I get a headlight?
Or a
That's
headlamp.
what you could rob too. Like of all the things you could rob, a bike shop.
A bike shop. Yeah.
They can't even be making money. I mean, what could they possibly have in there?
There's some bikes that are expensive.
Are they?
Yeah, but people don't pay cash for them.
Laptops are expensive too.
If you stole a $4,000 bike from a shop and you went in the street and sold it for $500,
I guess.
buy its crack.
I guess.
No, when I was in college, actually, you had to double lock your bike. Because if you didn't lock the front wheel, they would just unscrew it and take your front wheel, even if you locked the bike down.
You got that right,
Yeah.
Tony.
It's pretty sad.
Play stupid games, win
Win
stupid prizes.
Yeah. Kelly Conway. He said back door. I totally just hear like the Beavis and Butthead voices. He said back door.
So Nate says, was his code name Deep Throat?
Oh,
Oh,
Nate.
Nate.
Oh.
He wasn't very
Ooh.
I tell
bright.
Oh. Yeah. Maybe.
So that was.
I mean, it might have been. It might have been. That was this week's
Numero de los
Muertos. All right, it's time to reveal the spirit of mystery. This week's mystery spirit in the glass, brought to us by Postania Cigars. This is Japanese Whiskey Month. This, honestly, it's a really nice whiskey. It's really mild, and it's really got just a lot of those, like I said before, it's got a lot of those kind of bright sort of frontal flavors and aromas, citrus, and a little bit of oak, a little bit of vanilla. But this is, again, one of those whiskeys that you could give to somebody who's new to whiskey. Put this on a big ice cube in a glass for somebody who's new to whiskey, and this would not be a whiskey that would scare them off. So I think it's really enjoyable. I don't know a ton about Japanese whiskey. And there's really only a couple, maybe 2 or 3 brand names that I'm aware of.
Spit one out.
I'm not even sure if I'm saying this correctly, but Hibiki? No. Okay, then I don't know what it is.
Pronounced Tamagotchi.
This is Tamagotchi. Very nice. This is the Yamazaki Japanese whiskey. 12 years old, 86 proof. It's really nice, honestly. It's super smooth. Thank you for this. It's super smooth and super accessible. I think anybody, regardless of your experience with whiskey, could really enjoy this one. And would also be good. Not that you want to be mixing cocktails with 12-year-old whiskey, but honestly, this would be a good mixer because it's not overly strong with any particular kind of flavor profile. So let's jump into the lightning round, brought to us by our friends at J.C. Newman Cigar Company, America's oldest family-owned premium cigar maker, creators of the popular Brick House, Perla Del Mar, Diamond Crown, and The American. J.C. Newman Cigar Company operates out of their 113-year-old El Reloj cigar factory in historic Cigar City, Tampa, Florida. For more information on their cigars or visitor experience, please visit jcnewman.com. All right, lightning round questions. I want you to go first this week, Raul, with your lightning round question.
All right. So, what is the most overrated and underrated fast food out there?
Oh, am I supposed to answer?
Yeah, that's for you.
Oh, most overrated McDonald's. McDonald's is trash. It's just nostalgic, but it's unreasonably expensive. Like for what it is, McDonald's shouldn't cost that much.
And what's your most underrated fast food restaurant?
Jimmy John's. Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy John's just doesn't hit me. I just don't.
Oh, the gargantuan. You gotta get that. Oof, all the meat.
I don't like their bread.
No.
Oh,
I'm a Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, Jersey Mike's. Okay, well, Jersey Mike's isn't fast food though. You have to get out of your car.
Oh, so Jimmy. Okay, so that's
they have drive-throughs, don't they?
I don't think
Jersey Mike's has a drive-through.
I don't know of any Jersey Mike's that have drive-throughs.
I don't know if any Jimmy John's have a drive-through.
I agree with you, Ashley. I think if we're going to call it fast food, it's got to have a drive-through.
Jersey Mike's doesn't have drive-through, do they?
Jersey Mike's does not, but Jimmy John's does.
Jimmy John's has a drive-through.
Jimmy John's does, yeah.
Here?
Yeah. There's some Jimmy John's here that have drive-throughs, but I don't know of any.
I'd like to lobby on behalf of the West Coast. We would really like a Bojangles. There's no Bojangles on the West Coast.
Ooh, Bojangles is good on the East Coast. I've had that back in Myrtle Beach.
Mr. Bojangles.
I've never had Bojangles before.
Yeah, you gotta get the chicken sandwich out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than Popeyes and KFC.
For sure.
KFC is garbage.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion. Yeah, KFC is one of those foods that you think to yourself, "Oh man, I could go for some KFC," and then you take 2 bites and you regret your whole life.
Kind of like White Castle.
Yeah.
You know what's weird about White Castle? So the Costco ones that you microwave taste exactly the same as like going to a White Castle.
They do.
Yeah.
They just taste the same.
Yeah.
You're up, man.
All right. So if aliens landed on Earth,
whoa, this is a new one,
in your backyard, what would be, after you first had your opening conversation with them, if they said to you, Ashley, recommend to us another human here on Earth that we should go and talk to learn about what it's like to be a human being on Earth, what person would you direct those aliens to go and speak to gain knowledge of being human?
I'm going to send them to Donald Trump because after that, they're definitely going to get the fuck out. Alien problem solved.
Oh, that's funny. It's fun because I went back and looked at the lightning round questions from last time you were on the show, and the question was, if you could hear the thoughts of one living person for 10 minutes, who would it be and why? And you also said Donald Trump.
Did I really?
Yeah, you did.
It works. It's a good answer to most questions.
It really is. It really is.
Whether you like him politically or not, it's just a great conversation starter. You just throw out Donald Trump and then see what happens.
Yeah, it's like throwing a grenade into a room. It's just throw it.
Even people who love him will like fight someone over nothing.
Absolutely.
So, I love him more than you love him. Like, okay, easy.
All right, Justin, hit the lightning round question.
All right, Ashley. The zombie apocalypse is coming. You have 3 people from the cigar industry to be on your zombie apocalypse survival squad. Who do you pick and why? Nailed it.
That's a tough one. Oh, I'm going to unmake some friends right now.
Hey, we got more bridges to burn. Let's go.
Steve Saka doesn't look like a quick runner. And
sacrificial lamb.
Him down and then escape the zombies. Sorry, Steve Saka. Lee Marsh, because I feel like he's probably good with a gun.
Yeah.
And then, who would my third be? I don't know. That's a tough one. Probably another like big person that I could outrun.
Okay.
It's like the bear thing. Like you don't have to outrun the bear. You have to outrun your friends.
That's right.
Apocalypse, same way.
I like it. And there's not necessarily, the cigar industry isn't necessarily known for people who are excessively fit.
Yeah, we're not
myself included, not including you in that conversation, actually, but myself included. We don't tend to be, the most fit industry in the world.
No, I think like the average body fat percentage in a cigar lounge has got to be around like 45%.
Yeah. Mine's probably double that, but somewhere.
Although I will say, probably the guys from Founder Cigars, I might want them on my zombie apocalypse team because they're also good with guns.
Most definitely.
Any of the veteran companies, yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Matt Booth, you need Skip, you need all the guys.
People with guns.
At least in a zombie apocalypse, like even if he was bad with a gun, Matt Booth would be funny, and that would be nice to have. That's what you need in an apocalypse. You need like the funny person.
That is absolutely true. And it would never be a dull moment with him. All right, let's jump into this week's Notable Smokables. Notable Smokables brought to us by our friends at Don Doroteo Cigars, a brand with both purpose and passion, dedicated to creating change from within. By developing their own land, they are able to own the entire process throughout the life cycle of the plant. They methodically carry out each step, ensuring that the final product is of the finest quality. The new Salt of the Earth lines, Piedra Viva and Piedra Angular, are available now at Don Doroteo Retail Partners. Visit dondoroteo.com to learn more. All right, Ashley, so you may remember this. Oh, go ahead.
No, shout out to Juan. Juan is also, I don't know if you follow him on Instagram. He is always posting, he doesn't fall into that heavy set cigar industry category. He's like always posting his gym selfies.
Juan is a machine.
Yeah, it inspires me to try harder. Absolutely.
Yeah, he is not messing around. And that's like hashtag life goals. He's
also so nice.
He's just a sweetheart. He's an absolute, and he's legit down to earth human being. Love that guy.
Very cool dude.
So you may remember this from last time you were on the show. Each week during Notable Smokables, we name a cigar that we smoked recently that was notable to us. Now, this could be a cigar that's been on the market for a really long time that we smoked for the first time in a long time, or this could be a cigar that's brand new to the market that we smoked for the first time ever. So, Ashley, what's something you smoked recently that was notable to you?
Well, I already said what I smoked earlier today, which I've been smoking a ton of. So I'll go with something different. The Fuerte Libre, which he now changed his name. I'm going to mess it up. But his Intimidator, which is also not called Intimidator, it's called like Intimidator or something like that. That I'm going to keep calling it the Intimidator. That is very good, and it literally just hit the market.
Yeah, Greg was actually just on the show last week, and
I love Greg.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and it's Fortaleza Libre.
Yes, thank you.
Is the new, and it's going to take us forever to remember that too.
FYL.
Yeah. FYL.
We just say FYL. That's the way to go.
But yeah, his new cigar is fantastic, and I love that smaller ring gauge size.
Yes.
Definitely something I've smoked a lot of.
Nice. Justin, what's notable for you this week?
So I'm also going with Fuerteliza Libre
Yeah.
Avalanche.
Oh yeah,
that one with on the way to work one morning with my coffee, and that was a good, enjoyable stick.
Nice. Is that did you have the big ring gauge one?
I think it was just a Toro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Raul, what's your notable this week?
I'm gonna go with the Volstead pre-release.
Oh, you got a pre-release Volstead. Very nice.
Phenomenal.
Very nice. My notable this week was we had we didn't, but we went. Excuse me. We went to a Crux Cigars event at Sodi's Cigar and Pipe on Tuesday, and we had the Crux. Well, you didn't smoke that night.
No,
but I sat down and smoked the Crux Epicure Habano with the barrel pick bourbon that we did with Crux and Sodi's Cigar and 1010 Washington Wine and Spirits. The Stellum bourbon barrel pick we did, and yeah, that pick really goes nicely with that cigar. Really great pairing, a lot of fun.
Good cigar, period.
Yeah, and great to see Tony Hogan and everybody at Sodi's on Tuesday nights. So that was this week's notable smokables. Now let's jump into coming attractions. We have a new sponsor for coming attractions, and that is Hoagland Insurance Services. At Hoagland Insurance, they are excited to serve and educate any new customers and give existing customers a refresher. Whether it's a business policy, auto insurance, home policy, or life insurance, if you are currently insured or just looking for a quote, Tony Hoagland and his team would love to create a personal price plan just for you. Mention How About That Cigar when you make your first appointment for a special free gift. For more information, please call 763-421-4900 or visit champlaininsurance.com. All right, coming up on the show in the next few weeks, on March 11th, we have David Spirit from EP Carrillo Cigars. On March 18th, we have Will Cooper and Mike Stepankevich from Postania Cigars on the show for a PCA preview episode. And of course, March 22nd through the 25th, we will be live at the PCA trade show. So you will not have a show on that particular Monday night, but we'll have lots of stuff coming after the fact to show off all the cool brands and cool new cigars and cool stuff going on there. So Ashley, thank you again so much for being on episode 236. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. Also, does that insurance guy cover incidental flashlight injuries?
We have
asking for a friend.
I think if the injury occurs in the commission of a crime, probably not, but we should definitely check. So Ashley, if you would remind all our viewers and listeners, where is the best place for them to keep up with everything you have going on?
Instagram, Twitter, which is now X, maybe TikTok. I'm Big Ashes brand on there. The other ones I'm Big Ashes Cigars. Or if you go to my website, bigashescigars.com, you can join my email list. Those are all the places. I'm pretty accessible.
Very nice. Well, thank you again so much. Always a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Meeting you.
And we cannot wait to see you at the PCA show in a few weeks.
Yeah, can I leave you with one fun cigar fact?
Absolutely.
In Habano, the H is actually silent, so it's Habano, not Habano. Fun cigar fact.
Oh, I like that. Honestly, I didn't know. I'm not really good with Spanish, so I didn't know that. I love it.
Neither. I was corrected by someone who speaks Spanish.
Okay. I love that. Fantastic. Well, thank you again, Ashley. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, viewers and listeners, guys, thank you so much for being so grateful to you guys for watching us live on Facebook and YouTube and all the other wonderful channels. And if you're listening after the fact on the audio podcast, thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of the episode. We really do appreciate that. If you guys want to, and we really would appreciate it if you did, subscribe and hit the bell on all the channels. It really helps us out a ton. And subscribe on the audio podcast as well. If you have questions for any of us, you can email us on the website, howaboutthatcigar.com. And of course, until we see you guys next time, burn cigars,
not bridges.
Thanks, guys. Any comments, opinions, viewpoints, or statements presented or uttered by guests on the HBTC podcast, HBTC live video streams, and all other media from HBT Media LLC are solely those of the individual and do not necessarily represent the opinions or viewpoints of How About That Cigar or its parent company, HBT Media LLC, any of our advertising partners, or the premium cigar industry. The primary purpose of How About That Cigar is to entertain and to encourage activity and growth within the community of people who enjoy or want to learn about the enjoyment of premium cigars.